Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Godtear ATX. I am Diced Ham. I'm here tonight with Mr. Fishopoulos. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Tonight we're doing something a little different. We're going to do a recap of a casual game. I think we did one of these before. But what we're going to be doing is looking at the scenario. Specifically, this is a new Homebrew scenario that was posted on the Godtear Discord. If you aren't on the Godtear Discord, you absolutely should be. The link is in the description. There's a lot of great people over there, great players, great content. But this was recently posted by Grumpysarn, a guy who's well known in the Discord community. He, of course, created the Objective Hex blog, and if you like any of this content, you'll definitely love his. I know I found his stuff invaluable. So he put together a homebrew scenario, and so it's not an official scenario. It's not anything to do with SGFG, but definitely put together by somebody who knows the game very well. So we wanted to take a look at it, and we recently gave it a spin. This is that scenario. He called it Innocence. And Mr. Fishopoulos, what did you think of Innocence?
Oh, I thought it was very fun. Obviously, so innocence is the opposite of knowledge.
Yeah.
Which is something that we've all played. And I think knowledge is my least favorite scenario.
Yes.
So I was like, maybe this will be my most favorite. I don't know. Knowledge and quest. Not a fan. I mean, I don't know why. But knowledge is your favorite, actually.
Yeah, that does. Everybody dislikes knowledge. Not everybody, but a lot of people dislike knowledge. I love it. Really quickly, I love the premium it places on banners, and because I like that it makes shapers so very, very useful. I think it's a fun way to play. But so this is sort of the inverse of that. We'll talk through what this is.
Yep.
Innocence is exactly what you said. It's inverse knowledge, where the warband token starts with only 5 slots available, or is it 4? It's 4 slots available on the side. So a single banner will just about take turn 1 for you, and then every end phase, the player who loses moves their warband token outward that number of victory points. So it gives you more and more space each turn. And there's no hex movement. So literally the exact opposite of knowledge. I like this one, similar to why I like knowledge, because of how important it makes banners.
See, I thought that it made banners not as important.
Okay.
Actually, which is why I liked this more, because but it did make a sort of fun meta game in a way, where I found myself thinking, oh, maybe I should lose turn 2 so I can have more space for banner, for this or that or whatever, for to accumulate my my like death points, combat points,
right?
In turns that were more valuable. So
yes.
So as banners, as you get more and more space, you can sort of keep those kill points around longer, and then that means that the kill points are sort of, you can bank them, so it becomes more useful. So I liked that.
Right. Yeah. Where in knowledge, late game kills become less valuable, really. So anybody who's sort of like at half health or about to die ultimately becomes less and less valuable. Here they become more and more valuable.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because it's very easy to chip away at champions over a series of turns and have them about to die late in the game. That's easier to get there instead of earlier. So yeah, I feel like this one, because it was the inverse, really, I don't know if it opened up combat over time, which is interesting. The thing, because it places such a premium on banners, I really wanted to get banners down in the early game. And one thing that I noticed about this particular board layout is that the center hexes are so far away. It's a single back row of a deployment. which means you got to travel 4 hexes to claim, which pretty much nobody is
Yeah,
doing.
which,
Galen,
like, in Dwarf years, that's like that's like a
that's
century.
forever. Yeah.
You're like, man, you're never
Yeah,
getting there.
Kaylin can get there. I guess
Lily can get there.
Lily, Mornblade, or Jack. Lily? No, actually no.
Well, she can
Lily, no.
move one of them.
She could move stuff, but
Hmm.
if you get a boost, there's ways to do it. Mornblade or
Yeah.
Jack can get there. But there's very few champions that are going to be able to get a banner down in turn 1, and that's when it's most valuable. Which is interesting. Which makes turn 2, I thought, like really, really banner heavy if you're trying to lean into that. So I wonder if this scenario might work better with 2 rows if you're to start in the back 2.
Mm. Well, also though, like a lot of people, I think it's very popular in the Godtear community to not want to win turn 1.
It
So I
doesn't
don't
end
really,
well.
I don't really even care. Yeah, most of the time I'm like, well, if I win turn 1, great. If I don't, I'm really just more playing for turn 2 and trying to position myself, and I'll
Sure.
sacrifice turn 1, sort of commonly. So I didn't.
Sure. I'll
So
do
sure,
that
if
as
that's
well.
if
But if you
so if that's
want
like
it,
your most
it's hard to
important
get here.
banner round, then I don't, I don't really care about
No.
it.
Sure. I'm just looking because I guess because it's possible to win turn 1 really easily off a single banner. And then it's 1 step. That makes me want to do that. It's really hard to do.
Yeah.
These are literally, I think this is the longest travel for out of any scenario from
Oh.
deployment to hexes to objectives.
Are you counting
Um,
quest?
yeah, the nearby ones are only 2
Sure. Yeah.
hexes away.
But
If you want to get a banner down, it's clear
uh,
across. True, that's true. But in terms of just getting to an objective, this is the farthest out it could be, really. Um, so a lot of travel there places a premium on fast champions.
mhm.
If you are interested in claiming ground early, just being there quickly, I think you're going to spend a lot of You're going to spend a lot of turn 1 moving to
Yeah.
get to the center one way or another.
Yeah.
So that was I took Wraith Barid for that reason to get there quickly. I also thought because of the crap. Just like knowledge, I do feel like this scenario places a premium on shapers
Mm.
because the end phase doesn't move hexes at all. It means champions that can move hexes are triply as valuable.
Mm.
I think you and I both. You have Lily and I have
Oh,
Wraith.
for sure. Yes. Yep.
Uh, yeah, because there's no other way to move things around. I think if you're able to dominate that space, it gives you a real leg up in knowledge, and then also here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I played Kaylin.
Mhm.
And just because of the setup of the hexes, her movement wasn't as impacted by the
That's true.
hexes. And she can, pretty much powerful leap over them. So, and because of how close the 2 sets of hexes are, she can really terrorize like
Yes.
basically the whole board.
Yes.
I mean, and I just took a whole bunch of fast champions, right?
That's
Like
true.
they can all do that, so you can put a lot of pressure. And I think that's actually where I had more. It was easier for me than for you. I think you were
True.
inhibited
True.
by Rodri's lack of movement.
True. I do. Yeah, I do think Kaylin loves it here. She was just jumping back. It was like those little horse gates.
Hmm.
They do.
I mean,
For
she
show
claimed,
horses.
I think, like almost every
Yeah,
turn.
she was just loving it, just jumping back and
Mhm.
forth, no problem. Yeah, because they're so. Also think this is maybe for a 2-lane scenario, or at least 2 cluster scenario. I think this is the closest they've ever been. So it's really easy to change lanes.
Yep,
Um,
absolutely.
there's only 3 hexes between, really. So yeah, anybody who's at all quick can just jump back and forth I did have Rodri parked in one lane the whole time, kind of by design, but it's a very changeable scenario for being as static as the board is. Play did not feel static because champions just kept changing position and changing lanes as needed.
True. That's a good point. Yeah, like we really were just running all over the place there.
Yes, which was cool. We did take a turn 4. It didn't feel like it led to like a fast game or a slow game overall. Do you think? Did you feel like that?
Yeah, I think it played like a pretty intermediate game for that. I don't think it felt super fast or slow or anything like that. I think Lily was pretty useful for me. Her hex moving was actually pretty. I don't think I even used Lily's ult though.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But yeah, anybody fast is going to have a great time here. I did like Rodri. I did use Rodri's ult to win turn 2 because of that tight battle ladder that worked out.
I thought maybe I could take it back with Skullbreaker's ult, who did nothing.
No,
it was incredible. Could not
yeah, we had yeah, we did have a great game.
Excellent.
Great. So overall, I think this is really good. I think this is actually maybe the first homebrew scenario I've played, but it's also the best. I had a lot of fun with it. I would definitely play it again. It seems like a concept that works. Reverse knowledge.
Yeah.
If anything, I would maybe, for tweaks, which I think other people already said this. I think I would just deploy in the back 2 lanes instead of the back farthest lane to give more champions that chance to get to the center ground in turn 1, early in turn 1, and do something with it. It did feel like a bit of a slow start just because of that. Like everybody's racing to the center.
Yeah. I wonder if I don't miss a little bit of the hex moving though. Well, also,
that's true of knowledge.
Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, exactly. I don't I don't enjoy those mechanics and knowledge, and I won't enjoy them here.
Here you go again. Yeah.
I mean, don't enjoy them. I like the ability to move hexes or place hexes or change the board between rounds. I think that's sort of fun. I think it adds another layer of strategy for that, and also like you don't know, even if you win, how they're going to position those hexes. And I actually always really enjoy seeing how people that I play come up with all of these creative solutions in it, or whatever. And then I like trying to figure out how to react to that.
Yeah.
And so this was a little bit more. I felt a little bit more this is going to sound like a crazy thing to say. I felt a little bit more in control of how that changed between Innocence and Knowledge, because I found myself debating whether or not I wanted to lose a turn, not trying to, not trying to win them as much, or, this and that, because
that like when to win strategy came in pretty hard in our game.
Yeah.
Which turns you really want to go all in for, which is always there, but this did feel like at least our game highlighted that.
Well, I don't know what you were thinking during it, but I felt like there was a time, was it turn 2? Maybe it was turn 2, where I thought, oh, he's trying to lose this or something.
Yeah, and then I took it.
Because, exactly. Yeah. Because he wants to give himself more leeway for turn 3.
Right.
And so then I was like, well, I can lose this harder. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That was
very cool.
A fun wrinkle.
Yeah, very cool. All right, well, that's our quick thoughts on Innocence. Thank you, Grumpysarn, for putting this together and putting out into the world. I'd definitely give it another whirl, maybe with the 2 rows of deployment like we discussed. But I'd certainly play it again. Would you?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah. Cool. I think that's 2 thumbs up. with minor tweaks, this is a very good one. We had a lot of fun with it. I think having more scenarios is a good way to highlight how very, very replayable this game is. And I like having even more options.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we'll wrap it up there. Thanks, guys, for listening. If you've played Innocence or you have any thoughts, leave us a comment. I'm Dice Tam. This is Godtear ATX. Later.